This episode of Let's Talk About Brand was initially broadcast as a live stream in 2021. It has been edited from its original format.
Hello, everyone. I'm Christine Gritman, and welcome to Let's Talk About Brand. I'm here every Friday live at 12 noon Eastern, talking to a very smart guest about a different topic of personal branding every single week. And I'm really excited this week because this week's topic is something I really do not know enough about. And we talked on my Tuesday chat about brand, Twitter chat, about branding with TikTok, and I discovered that it's something a lot of other people are in the same boat that I am, where maybe we'll hop on TikTok sometimes and just kind of scroll through nonsense, but using TikTok for business is a very specific skill, and using TikTok for branding is a very specific skill. So thankfully, we have a wonderful guest on today. So without any further ado, I'm going to be bringing on the fabulous Keenya Kelly. Keenya is a branding expert. She runs If You Brand It, which is a branding agency, and she teaches people how to succeed with video, which of course is near and dear to my heart. She's the author of Before You Quit Your Job, of course, a fellow entrepreneur. And so let's bring Keenya on. Hey, Keenya.
So fun. Good to be here.
Welcome to the show. So as we were talking in kind of the green room before, I found you because Instagram is really putting people who are using Reels very well, sort of front and center. And we're here to talk about TikTok, but a lot of the same lessons will apply to Reels as well. It's a similar format. So I guess first and foremost, can you tell us just a little bit about, your background and what you do leading up to, fairly quickly, how you got into using TikTok as your sort of weapon of choice?
Yeah. So my background basically started years ago in network marketing. Network marketing really taught me about personal development, starting a business, building a business, being a leader, and all the things. But one of the things I realized later on in life was that I had a really an eye for branding, and so I didn't know that. But every time I would do something, I did it with the way that I see things. And so in 2016, I started using, I think it was Periscope, to market my network marketing business. But people wanted me to actually design their brands and build their brands. So I launched our company called If You Brand It, and we started designing websites, logos, doing lots of consulting. But it wasn't until the pandemic hit. Like anytime I'm trying to get a creative idea for my business, I usually will pray and ask God for creative strategy, because I'm like, if he created the universe, he can create, a strategy for my business. And so I heard him tell me to get onto TikTok, which I thought was insane, because
That's
I thought
fascinating.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was just kids dancing on there. And so I got into it.
I love that. It turned out to be the right medium for your message. So what about TikTok really did you connect with?
So initially it was the opportunity, the creativity, right? Like, I feel like in all of jobs I've had, that it's kind of boxed me in. Like, there's a certain way you dress, you behave, and all that. And so when I was building my brand on Facebook, Periscope, and Instagram, I was still kind of operating in the box that you had to be in for corporate America. And when I got to TikTok, exactly, and I'm not against it, but it's just like, that's just how you had to be or whatever. But then TikTok gave me this creative outlet. Like, I'm a really good dancer, and I hadn't really danced in a long time. And so I started learning dances and doing TikTok dances. But eventually I realized that that this is a place to actually market my business, and to market my business creatively, because I started seeing other marketers do it, and it clicked. The strategy for my business is actually this platform.
So how do you use it for business? What is kind of the line between kind of a nonsense TikTok video, just kind of dancing, versus something that can actually drive business forward?
For sure. So I always tell people that like there's billions of people on TikTok every single day and they're there consuming content. So if you're on the app and all you're seeing is particular content, then it's because a lot of people are scrolling, but they're not actually posting, which is kind of what happened with Facebook to start and Instagram to start. So usually for me, I'm not always dancing because I don't always have time to learn to dance, but oftentimes I will see some type of trend, something someone has done on TikTok and they've done it for this over here, like exhibit A. And I look at that and go, this is trending on TikTok. So maybe I can do this exact same trend, but do it for business. So there's something that you call the this or that trend. And it's to Run DMC's, it's tricky, rock, rock. I don't know the words. It's tricky, right? And so that trend is where you like, there's a title of what this video is about. Like, what is my favorite thing to eat, right? And then it changes to where you have to choose this or that, apple pie or blueberry pie. And then you go off the screen to your favorite one, coffee or milk. And then you go off to the favorite one. And instead of me doing that, I put how to grow your business on TikTok. Post daily or post every week, use hashtag, use this, how to build your brand. And it's drawing all these people to me that want to learn how to build their business. And so it's like use a trend for how you do your business.
Now, do you use different strategies for TikTok versus Reels? Because we talked earlier about the fact that you are in both places and creating both.
Yes. So absolutely, because they're two very, very different platforms, right? Like TikTok requires creativity out of the box and things of that nature. Instagram wasn't like that until Reels came about. And a lot of people are still trying to learn what Reels is. And I look at Reels, TikTok as the Super Bowl. And then Reels is kind of like the NFL regular season, right? But just still a lot of people watching. And so what a lot of people are doing is they're going to TikTok, getting the creative idea, and then redoing it on Instagram Reels. And because Reels is a new thing, Instagram is pushing it out like crazy. Yeah. So I still do the same like business type content the way that I do it on TikTok, but I'm not as dramatic on Instagram as that's not true. I don't post as many dramatic videos on Instagram as I do on TikTok because Instagram still hasn't quite caught on to like, this is okay to do that.
Mm-hmm. Do you post more frequently on TikTok then or no?
Oh yeah. So I usually post 6 to 8 videos a day, like 8-second videos. Yeah. But that's how we got to 400,000 followers, really fast.
Oh my goodness. So how do you decide of your many TikTok videos, how do you decide, okay, I'm going to make a reel on this same concept versus the stuff that stays just on TikTok?
So if I'm in launch mode of a course that I'm doing for TikTok, then I am talking about how to use TikTok for business. And I always talk about that on TikTok. But specifically when I'm launching something like that or trying to sell a consulting call, I will take the TikTok for business stuff and put it on Instagram Reels. And then like if it's just branding stuff or video marketing things that have nothing to do with TikTok, then I will put it on Reels.
Okay. All right. And you mentioned that you're not as dramatic on Reels. So is TikTok kind of more of a playground?
Yes. So I get to be all me all day, every day. Like it is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. If you go to my Reels, you will say this is kind of dramatic, but I do about 8 of those a day on TikTok, and I may do 1 a day on Instagram because they don't know me like they're getting to know me like that, but they didn't know me like that.
How do you make sure that your videos kind of tie together as yours so that when someone sees it, you're not just kind of blending into the other stuff they're seeing in their feed?
You mean on Reels or TikTok?
Either. Anywhere.
So I am, one, I feel like that I have this really big personality. So you always see me smiling dramatically on screen. But then there's other features. So like there's like initially when you're on the For You page on TikTok, like seeing content that TikTok is pushing out to you, there's a couple things that you can do. One is a text overlay. And this is where you can put like a small caption. And usually I will use something catchy that will cause a person to say what, to click it. Then I also use a catchy caption in the actual video. And then usually the text on screen and then the audio sound. So it's actually not hard for people to see your videos on TikTok, especially if you're using all the different features that it has. You don't have to like have this production studio. You don't have to use all these fancy apps. You literally just do what is in the TikTok app, but I always use catchy captions and catchy text overlays.
To that end, I'm curious as to how you get discovered on TikTok and on Reels, and if that strategy, I mean, I imagine the strategy is different because TikTok is a totally different platform from Instagram, but
Right.
what are some tips for making sure that your videos get seen on those platforms?
For sure. So with Instagram Reels in general, they're just pushing it out because it's brand new. But of course, you can also use the 30 hashtags. Like you can up to 30 hashtags on Instagram. You can use that, and we usually put that in our first comment. Also, all of my Instagram Reels that I post, I usually will share them to my Instagram story. That way, it's telling people, "Hey, make sure you come and watch this particular reel." And that's all I do on Instagram. But on TikTok has a thing called the For You page. And that basically means is that TikTok is pushing out content for you, like based upon what type of content you've interacted with, what you've commented on, and the things that TikTok is things that you would like. And so it pushes your content out to that page. Now, the thing about getting discovered on it is there's no guarantee that you're going to get discovered, right? So your job is just to create content that could cause people to want to watch or whatever. But what my strategy with me and like a lot of my clients is the first second, the moment that someone is scrolling the For You page, we want to catch them with the first second. And then once they watch second number 3, then that next clip keeps them watching. And then the ending makes them go, wait a minute, what? It makes them watch it again. Because if you cause a person to watch a video all the way to the end and then a second time, then you're giving yourself a chance for virality.
All right, so Keenya, I would love to dig into, you mentioned virality, you mentioned the For You page, all of that. How does your hashtag strategy differ between TikTok and Reels? And especially on TikTok, how do you use hashtags? How many do you use? What kind do you use? It's a whole other world, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the hashtag strategy on TikTok is similar to Instagram, where you use certain hashtags and then people are following them, or if they're interacting with certain hashtags, then Instagram will show your video. However, on TikTok, it does a couple other things. So if I use the hashtag, if I have a video that's talking about personal branding and I use the hashtag personal branding, what's going to happen is that TikTok is going to push the video out to anybody that has interacted with a video that used the hashtag personal branding. And then also, if you have used the hashtag personal branding in any of your videos, then TikTok is going to push my content out to that person. But also what happens is that if I'm using the hashtag personal branding, then TikTok is going to start sending me content around personal branding. So if you're trying to reach a certain specific group, then it's important to use hashtags to reach them. But not only that, you want to use creative hashtag strategies. So let's just say that personal branding on TikTok has 5 million views on it. Well, most people would think that, oh, there's 5 million views on it, like I can get seen more. But what my experience has been in learning and being coached by other people is that if you're using hashtags that have between 300,000 and 2 million views, then you're not really going to get lost in the mix of billions of people, right? And so one of the ways that we've grown with our clients is like we encourage them to let's just say you do a manifestation, and you type in manifestation affirmation. If you look at that and it says 5 million views, then we go, okay, what's the next level down? Let's look at manifestation affirmations with an S. And if that one has 1.5 million, we say, okay, let's use that one. Right. And then we look for creative words that people would say or think of as it pertains to affirmations. And then we use hashtags that have 2 million views or less to reach more people.
I love that. And about how many hashtags do you use on an average TikTok post?
So I try to max out, but you only get 150 characters. So
so it's character count there, not number of hashtags. Because I know on Instagram it's like 30 hashtags.
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So 150 characters. Good to know.
Sure.
So some things that I've noticed in your videos, I love that you have that black and white background. That's in most of them. I love that your book is in the background of a lot of them. Your book, Before You Quit Your Job, it's red. So I like that. And so that's why it draws my eye. What other things would you say I mean, your own smiling face, all of that is characteristic of your videos. What kind of ratio do you tend to use of making sure you're communicating business stuff versus things that are more just kind of brand feel and people getting a sense of your personality?
For sure. So if I'm going to post, let's just say 4 videos today, like strategically, my goal is to get people to follow me, buy my products and services, and or follow me on Instagram. If I was going to post 4 videos today, I would do 2 fun personality videos and then 2 business videos, right? But even in the fun videos, oftentimes I'm still teaching business. So if I did a trend today, like the silhouette challenge, right? I still will dance and do what they do, but there's going to be text on the video that's talking about growing on TikTok or growing your brand or something like that. If I'm posting 8 videos a day, which is when I'm trying to grow really, really, really fast, then it's probably 4 and 4. 4 is fun. 4 is something that's like me being petty, talking about my divorce and being successful after my divorce, or it could be me just talking about whatever it is. But the other 4, one of them will be straight on teaching, like you should coach with me, yada, yada, yada. And the other 3 will be fun, creative things. Because my thing is that my goal is to produce at least 1 video a day that has viral potential, which is typically the ones where I'm talking like being fun. And so if that video goes viral, my goal is to get, and it may not go viral that day, but my goal is to get people that see that video to come to my actual page and to go, oh, so she actually talks about business and making money and all that. And the people that came to my page because of the viral video, but are interested in business, they also come and follow. So strategically, I'm like, plaster myself with fun and business content. And then I know that the fun content will go viral faster, but it will help me grow with the people that actually want to reach me for business.
So, to that end, how has that worked for you? How has TikTok and Reels to some degree, but let's, TikTok, that general short form fun video format. How has that brought people to you, and has it brought different people to you than perhaps your previous marketing efforts did?
For sure. So it has made my business exploded, right? When I started posting some of those videos to Facebook, it like a lot of people that didn't know the fun part of me just kind of came alive, right? A lot of them that hadn't been thinking of me for whatever reason, because they saw my TikTok video, it made them go, oh yeah, she's a branding person. And they started reaching out, asking for design work. But then being on TikTok, you've got a whole different group of people that are there consuming content. And so the amount of people that I talk to now are like, they didn't even know that I existed because they didn't know me on Instagram. They didn't know me on Periscope or Facebook. But also now, because we've grown so much and we've helped so many people grow their accounts, the people that I've looked up to for years, we're now coaching them on TikTok, and they're bringing us all of their friends. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is incredible. And the thing that's really interesting to me is that you pointed out that they're coming to you for design work. So your TikTok is not you like showing how you graphically design something. Your TikTok is just, here I am, here's my personality, maybe dropping a little bit of business knowledge, but then people are somehow making that connection. How does that connection happen between putting yourself out there and them getting a sense of you, then making that connection to what it is that you do, that they can pay you money for?
For sure. So I make it very clear on all my social medias, even on TikTok. When you land on there, it's like I'm teaching you business tips. And so there's a link in my bio. And when you click it, it's taking you to my stuff. Also, like my Instagram and YouTube, everything is connected. So it's like if you come from TikTok to Instagram, you immediately know, oh, this is a business coach, right? There's nothing hidden. And then when you get to my TikTok profile, you might see one video on the For You page. But if you click on my TikTok profile, you'll go, oh, wow, this lady is actually a business person. So it's like, even though the content is fun, you are seeing business all over. And people realize, oh, she knows what she's doing. And then some of them end up going to my website and they get even more of what we do.
Have you noticed a common factor between which types of videos and what type of content tends to really draw people to go click those links?
So I would definitely say when I give them a call to action. So a lot of times in my videos, I'll say, I got free tips for this. Click the link in my bio. Or oftentimes I go live on TikTok and I'm teaching business. And while I'm going live, I encourage them, hey, if you want more from me, go follow me on Instagram. If you want our course, go here. And so like I intentionally at least 2 or 3 times a day, either drive people to a link in my bio or I drive them to Instagram every single day.
You got to do it. You can't just assume that they'll figure it out. We have a few questions from from my Tuesday chat about brand. One of them is Alex wants to know, what are some tips and tricks for people just getting started? And what do you wish you knew from the beginning?
So the first thing I would tell somebody is, number one, download the app, right? Number two, I would say don't judge TikTok based off of your kids. If you think TikTok is what you see on your kid's phone, that's not it. TikTok is sending them content that they've interacted with. So you have to download it on your phone to get a real feel. The third thing I would say is go to the Discover page. And you do that by clicking on the magnifying glass at the bottom of your screen on TikTok. It takes you to a different page. At the top of the page, you're going to see a search bar. And you can search in there what you do, whether it's branding or financial or commercial real estate, the human resources. If you type one keyword or two in the search box, you're going to be able to see how people just like you are producing content on TikTok. That's going to give you a lot of creative ideas to be able to build your business there. Because oftentimes we feel like, oh, I have to be like this in order for it to be successful. But if you go and see what people are doing just like you, then it makes a whole lot more sense. What is the thing that I wish I knew early on? I wish I knew how to operate the app before I started posting.
It's a learning curve. It's not it's not necessarily intuitive.
No, it is not. There's a lot of buttons on TikTok, but that's why we decided to create courses, because it's like, well, I can't teach everybody one-on-one, but I can create something that shows them all the things. And so I wish I knew what I was doing while I first got started.
Wow. So that is fantastic. And that's so important, because people think of TikTok as being just one thing, but people see what people are actually doing who are relevant to you. That's so key, because if you just look at your kids' TikTok, oh my God, that's nonsense. Oh yay, Samantha just signed up for your free webinar. Good call, Samantha.
Good job, Samantha.
Yeah. All right. So similar to that question, Trisha wants to know, well, kind of a two-parter here. What platform serves micro/small business in terms of organic reach better, Reels or TikTok? And then separately, two-parter, what type of video content for tiny businesses have better engagement/audience growth?
So I'm 100% TikTok, because TikTok has an algorithm that is very different than Instagram. Instagram is a great place to build, but if a person said, I want to choose which one do I start on, I go TikTok all day long, because you have way more opportunity of virality faster than you do on Instagram, right? And then the creativity is all on TikTok. But then you just take that content, remove the watermark, and then post it on Instagram. But with Instagram, it's like you're looking on Instagram and you're actually seeing TikTok creative content and trying to add it there. But if you start it there with the trending sounds and all that, then you can move it to Reels. And what type of content should you put out there? It has to be creative and entertaining, right? Doesn't mean you have to dance or be goofy, but there's a brand out there. I won't say their names because they're not paying me to say this. But they sell skincare products, but they have found a way to use the trending sounds and make their lip balm like all about the trend, right? There's an ice cream company out there that has like vegan ice cream, and it made it extremely relevant to the TikTok platform. They use these sounds, these songs, and whipped cream, and but it makes you want the ice cream. And so when you go on there, you'll see, oh, I can actually sell my earrings like this. I can sell my water bottle like this, but Reels won't give you that as much as TikTok will give you that. Or
I should sell my mugs on TikTok. My beautiful Let's Talk About Brand mugs. And I've even got my I'm a Personal Brand shirt on today.
Yeah.
I got to get on TikTok. I've been one of the holdouts, which is part of why I was so excited to talk to you today. But I got to get on it.
Yes, you do.
Jenerice says she owns a pet sitting business. She says she knows nothing. She hates social media. And she's wondering if she should just put herself out of her misery and buy the course. I think the answer is yes. Obviously, you should buy the course. Can you tell people where they can find it?
Yeah, but I also say to her is that if you hate something, it's hard to grow on something, right? So you're going to have to assess, why do you hate social media, right? And then you're going to have to put that hate to the side, because if you're really going to flourish on it, you have to actually fall for it, right? And you have to like love it, and not the things you hate about it, right? There's things I hate about social media, but I don't focus on it. But if you're interested in our TikTok course, you can actually go to KeenyaKelly.com and click on courses.
Love it. And follow Keenya, because that is going to be inspiration. You're going to learn all sorts of great stuff. Learn from her. And then we got a final question actually from our Twitter peeps. Brian wants to know your favorite color.
My favorite color is Kelly green. It's like this.
Ooh.
It's like this. Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah, my whole life. I love that color. So if you want to send me something, you can go ahead.
I'm surprised that's not part of your brand.
Well, because when I look at branding is about like what the colors mean and psychological, and green is more financial and not branding.
Yeah. Oh, I like that thinking. That works. All right. Awesome. And Megan is very excited. Yay, 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 yay. And woohoo. Woo. Very excited for you, Megan. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much, Keenya, for being here. Tell people, it's clear where they can find you, and you're very good at being found, but tell the good people at home where and how they should find you.
Yeah, so you guys can go to KeenyaKelly.com to connect with us, but the number one social media I'm on every single day, like clockwork, is Instagram. So you can always come on Instagram, send me a DM, and then, of course, I'm on TikTok.
Fantastic, and everyone should definitely go do that. You will learn a lot, and you will be amused, and you'll be inspired to get dancing yourself. Honestly, you will. All right. So this was awesome. Thank you so much to Keenya for being on. Thank you to everyone who has joined us here today. Again, I am here every Friday at 12 noon Eastern time for Let's Talk About Brand. Different topic every single week. I also have my Tuesday Twitter chat about brand, and they're on the same topic. So next Tuesday, our topic for the Tuesday Twitter chat about brand, is brand psychology. And the reason we're talking about that is because on Friday, we're going to have my good friends Rob and Kennedy on. Rob and Kennedy are known as the email marketing heroes, but something people may not know is that they really come at that from a psychology standpoint. They are a magician and a mentalist. So it's really going to be a really fascinating dive into the psychology behind branding and how you can put that to work for you. So definitely make sure to join next week for that. Bye. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk About Brand, part of the Adweek Podcast Network and Acast Creator Network. This podcast was produced by Christine Gritman, executive produced by Al Manarino and John Heil, and edited by Christine Gritman. You can listen and subscribe to all of Adweek's podcasts by visiting adweek.com/podcasts. Stay updated on all things Adweek Podcast Network by following us on Twitter @AdweekPodcasts. And if you have a question or suggestion for the show, send us an email at podcast@adweek.com.